Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Beach Boss. I am your co-host and last year's loser, Michelle Yu. Joining me, this way is the Beach Boss champion and my partner, who is ridiculous, Mr. Billy Koch, the founder and managing partner of the Little Red Feather Racing Club and Beach Boss champion. I feel like, Billy, on your business card now, you should just take off like the founder managing partner part or put that at the bottom, and you should really put the Beach Boss and take off the LRF logo and put like a photo of the cup
of just like me in the cup and like maybe you underneath it, like just like banging you in the head with it or something. Is that weird? It's probably canceled. It's great to be back for Beach Boss. Very excited for another season of destroying people, and we have a great guest today. One of my favorite guys.
Let's bring in our guest. I wanted to get off on a really good note with tons of energy and excitement, so I found Joaquin Jaime.
Well, why did you say it like that? Joaquin is the best.
You don't like my energy. Come on. What's up, guys?
Joaquin's energy. Joaquin's energy used to be like this, but recently he's been like, I feel like ever since the golf cart ride with Bob Baffert, it's been very good.
What? I think Joaquin does a great job on FanDuel TV.
He does a great job, but he's been my friend for a long time. I like to make fun of him.
How long have you guys known each other, Joaquin? You and Michelle?
Probably 15 years or so, if I had to guess.
Yeah.
Put it this way, we were still doing TVG news breaks.
Yes.
When I knew Michelle Yu. So that's like 2007 or 2008.
Yeah.
What do you think, Joaquin? Honestly, this is a very, very tough question. I'm going to put you right on the spot. What do you think of Michelle's new hairdo? The shorter.
I think it looks fantastic. She could rock any hairdo that she wants.
I did
That's
too.
Very nice. Actually, I think when I worked for TVG in 2007, this was my haircut. I think I just brought it back.
Brought it back. What are we talking about today, Michelle? This is Beach Boss. We are back.
I don't know why we're talking about hair. So anyways, if you guys don't know Joaquin, you should surely check him out. I'm sure you saw him during Breeders' Cup. He works for FanDuel TV. He is a roving reporter. He's on the desk, and he actually brings a ton of great information. And the past life of Joaquin was a researcher. So he just doles out facts like Billy doles out cash.
Yeah, that's true. And I want to say a special thank you to Joaquin. When we did Karmathon last year, he was the man behind it. He really pushed it all day. We did a couple of really nice interviews and raised over $300,000 for Karma, for the horses, for aftercare. Michelle is a big aftercare person. So Joaquin, from all of the retired horses, a big thank you for the job you did that last summer.
I appreciate that, but I'm just happy to be a part of it and play a very small role in thoroughbred aftercare. I remember the first time that we did Karmathon during the pandemic, the summer of 2020. I asked you what your expectations were for this. You're like, I have no idea. We've never done anything like this, but it's clearly worked out very, very well, and it was by default. And like I said, just happy to play a small role in supporting thoroughbred aftercare here in California.
Well, it was a big role. Michelle, can you what do maybe people haven't watched Beach Boss before?
Yes.
About.
In case you've been under a rock and you haven't watched Beach Boss, basically what we do is Billy and I are like the co-Beach Bosses, although we are head to head in all aspects, and we always bring in a lucky guest who's down here right now, and everybody gets $100 to bet, win, place, or show on one race of our choosing. Now, if you're at home, you could play Beach Boss every day, and it is free to play on dmtc.com/handicapping/challenge. But if you want to play along with can you see?
Look at Spencer.
He just wants a Mickey waffle, so I just Mickey Mouse waffles. Okay, here you go. Nice. So if you want to play along with us, everybody here gets the $100, and we get to play. And this week, for our first week of the 4 weeks of the Bing season, it is going to be the Catherine Crosby for our feature race on the Saturday card. It's race number 7, a mile on the turf, restricted for fillies and mares. And here's a look at the lineup going forward. Now, I feel like since Billy was like our champion, he should go last, right?
Yeah, sure. I don't want to influence you at all, even though
we've all already turned in our picks.
Nobody knows our picks. So.
Nobody knows them. So Joaquin, since you're new,
I agree.
I'm going to let you say how you're going to spend your $100 first.
Go.
All right. I'm using all of it on one horse. $100 win bet. $100 win
If you
bet.
do $100 win bet on the favorite, I'm going to hang up the phone on you.
He took bipartisanship. Interesting. Why, Joaquin? What's the deal?
Bipartisanship is going to be my top pick in here, despite the fact that she's 0 for 3 this year. After her victory in the Tropical Park Oaks, she faced tougher in the Pegasus World Cup Philly Mare Turf behind Regal Glory and Italian. Last race, 2 things. Incredibly wide trip. She was in post 12 in a field of 12, coming off a 7-month layoff. I actually thought that she ran very well. I don't think there was any point in the race where she maybe didn't get over until 4 wide or 5 wide at any point in there. The Graham Motion runners have been running very well here. Even going back to the summer, Sister O'Toole won the CTT and TOC. Yep. Sparella won the Del Mar Oaks. There was another one yesterday that just got nosed out, I believe, in a tough photo. So the Motion team, they've had a good pulse on what horses are going to do well here in Southern California. And when you look at the pace of the race, there's not much in here. I know that Burgoo Alley set the pace last race. It wasn't a good performance. So now Flavian's going to get aboard. Is he going to rate this horse? The pace scenario is pretty murky in here to me. So I want a horse that's going to be very close to the lead in here. And I think Hernandez will be aggressive, get this filly involved in the race early on. So using all of it, $100 to win, please.
I like it.
Good pick, you know what? That's good conviction, though. I like the conviction.
A lot of conviction, and he's right about Graham Motion. I mean, he sends the right horses out here. He knows they'll be competitive. Great trainer. Finished 3rd with us with Nagarok in the Breeders' Cup, which a lot of people thought we were choosing the wrong race by going in the mile. All of a sudden, this horse who had never been 2 turns runs 3rd in the Breeders' Cup. Graham Motion certainly knows what he's doing. Bipartisanship, 3-1 on the morning line. I don't think you're going to get that, though, Joaquin. I think maybe in the 2-1, 5-2 range. Do you agree?
And I'll gladly take 2-1 or 2.5 to 1 in there, because for me, I was really between probably 3 horses in here, looking at Sugar Fix, the 3-horse, the horse I ultimately selected in the 4, and then maybe even the 8 Gold for Kitten off the long layoff. I was against the morning line favorite in Burgoo Alley in here, but I'll gladly take 2-1 or 5-2 on the 4 here in Bipartisanship.
All right, good call. Michelle, you should go next, because we know you're going to take $10 to show on the entire field just to have points. That's your theory.
And that's not an exaggeration. She
okay.
was going to do that.
Yeah.
I didn't do $10 to show on every horse. All right. I made myself like my own little chart trifecta. All right. So I did $10 to place and show on Royal Address for Neil Drysdale. I feel like she certainly has an exotics looks. I'd be surprised to see her win, but she has picked up checks in several of these races down the hill, and I feel like the hill races translate really well to a flat mile. Now, she's only been 2 turns once. It wasn't a great effort, but it was like second start in the US. I feel like since then she's really changed the horse that she is. So I think Royal Address gonna pick up a check here, so I used her place.
3 of the 8 horses.
Yeah, it's like a box.
I can't even keep track of all these wagers in here.
So then I played the $15 win place on Sugar Fix, who Joaquin mentioned. I like Sugar Fix in here because she's coming off a good effort in the swing time. I think of all the horses in the field, she's really proven that she loves the mile distance. And, you know, the restricted stakes race for her is the right spot for her to try and, you know, get this race down. I think that the graded stakes have proved too tough for her, but in this particular restricted type of stake, she's always run really well. And if I can get close to that 6-1, I'll be super happy. And then I did do 25 win place on Burgoo Alley. I respect the fact that Joaquin is going to be off of her, but I have been a huge fan of hers all along. It's going to be D'Amato here at Del Mar. I think it's hard to look away, especially when you're getting at Flavien Prat. He mentioned the pace scenario, and she didn't run great in the Goldacova last time, but she did break her maiden gate to wire on. So I feel like she's going to be the horse that's, if not on the lead, the closest to. So she gets first jump. So I wanted to make sure I had money on Burgoo Alley.
You're gonna hate it when they show up my pick, Michelle.
You're gonna go like $100 to win on Burgoo Alley. What?
Yeah.
Across the board on the one.
Mad. Yeah. I found this race really interesting in the fact that they're all very similar as far as numbers standpoint. And I was trying to get a price. And when I looked at Royal Address, Michelle actually commented on the same things I was looking at. Her it doesn't really jump off the page, but those sprinting races were actually very good. And Joaquin made a great comment. He said, there's not a lot of speed in here. Where is this filly going to be? She's going to have probably a great spot while saving ground, which is very important at Del Mar. And she should be close up. And if she can get the mile at 15-1 morning line, those are the kind of horses
I hope we get
I
close
like
to that.
play. Yeah, I think we will. I think we're going to get, we might even get more. I did make a $25 win bet on Burgoo Alley. I think D'Amato, Pratt, I think it's really logical here. Just that's kind of my safety bet, which I don't really like, but she is 1-for-4 the second here at Del Mar. I think she just faced much better last time in the Goldacova. And again, Joaquin, I think Bipartisanship is going to be pretty far back. I don't think she'll be up as close as you think, but JJ Hernandez, he's a good judge of pace, and he hopefully, but I think you're going to have to come wide. I think Royal Address at 15-1 gets a great trip, and I made her my top selection for people out there who are actually trying to make money and not just spreading like Michelle.
You spread too, though. You used 2 horses.
I just used 2 horses, but I bet across the board all my money on Royal Address. It's 15-1.
You guys have 15 different wagers just between the 2 of you.
That's true. That's true. We are.
You know what, Joaquin? Though we played this game a long time. All right, you gotta have some rooting interest.
Yeah, Joaquin, what is your job today? Are you roving reporter? Are you working? What's the dealio?
Yeah, I'll be reporting the first half of the card. I believe the first 5 races I'll be reporting. So early post today, 12:30, going to be out here. I'll be on for the first 5 races. Got a terrific maiden race in race number 4 today, where Ella, who's a foal and a daughter out of the Hall of Famer Beholder that we're looking forward to on the card as well.
That's going to be a lot of fun. Joaquin, I have a question.
Yeah.
Other than you can't choose yourself, who is your favorite FanDuel TV announcer?
Who's my favorite one?
Wait, Billy, that's twofold. Do you mean to listen to or to work with? Because that's two.
No, not to work with.
Like
that you like. If you were a fan and you had one person, we'll choose one person from like the set and then one roving reporter. Go.
No, I would. So I'll say this because maybe people did not know this. One of my old roommates is a current FanDuel TV on-air announcer, Caleb Keller.
Yes,
he's my boy.
That's your man.
Yeah, we go back in the day for quite a few years, but he's also my golf partner too. When we try to get involved on Mondays and Tuesdays. So
what's your handicap? Yeah. What's your current handicap?
Awful. Is that it? Horrendous.
Awful. I like that. All right, yeah. Caleb Keller gets a shout out. Gets a shout out. Michelle, what else are we promoting here on Beach Boss?
Oh, you know what? To be honest with you, I did not get a list of things to promote, so I'll just pull things off of my head. Obviously, you can tune in every single week here to watch us on Beach Boss. Highly recommend making it out to the races as well if you'd like to go. The big season. What do you mean that's a lie? I'm going to look at my rundown right now. How do I share my page? It says, Michelle reminds everyone we'll be back next week. Same time, same place with only 4 weeks. Wraps the show. Thanks, Joaquin. That's what my rundown says. Okay.
Can I say something? If you're coming to Del Mar and you're sitting in the grandstand, bring a jacket. It gets really chilly.
It was so warm yesterday. I took off all my jackets.
We were in the veranda. We were on the veranda, so we had the sun coming in. I said, if you're in the grandstand, make sure you bring a little coat or something. It gets very cold. It's cold in the mornings, but I was out there this morning. It's so nice. There's hardly any horses there. You can hear the track looks to be in excellent shape. And it's going to be a really, really fun fall meet. I won't be here next week, Michelle.
Oh, I'm so sad. Where are you going?
Mexico.
Maybe Joaquin will be my co-host because he'll beat us. So if Joaquin wins, he has to come on.
I'll be back down here. Just let me know what you need.
That's what we were. I was going to get to that before Billy interrupted me. Sorry. So going into the rest of the meet, so we talked about the several weeks of being meet, but the most important thing that you can do is going to be Coleman's Calls for Karma. So what it is if you've ever wanted to get up close and personal with an announcer, especially a Hall of Fame type one like Larry Coleman, you can do so right now. You head over to dmtc.com and click on their calendar, and it says Coleman's Calls for Karma, and you pay $100, and you can have 6 people at a time, and you get to go up up into the announcer's booth during the races. You get to meet Larry Colmus. You get to ask him all the questions that you can possibly want to ask him. And then you get to watch him live call a race. You get to do a cool photo op. And then, of course, Del Mar take care for the rest of the day, parking, admission, box to sit, all of that good jazz. So 100% of those proceeds are going to Karma. We've already talked so much about the importance of aftercare in this 14 minutes we've been on the air, but I'm going to do it again. So if you guys have ever wanted to see what goes on behind the race calls, this is your opportunity. So head over to dmtc.com.
Can you say Colmus calls for Karma 10 times really fast?
Colmus calls for Karma. Colmus calls for Karma. Colmus calls for Karma. Colmus calls for Karma. Colmus calls for Karma.
Bye, everybody.
Did it.
Thanks, Joaquin. Good luck, guys.
Thanks, Joaquin. Good luck, everybody. Hope you're playing along with Beach Boss.
Appreciate
Appreciate it.